following is an excerpt from a conversation I had with a basketball collector and Knicks fan named Will, who goes by prolificsportscards on Instagram. At the end of our conversation, I asked him to take me through his 3 favorite cards in his collection. Now, as you can see here, he's got a lot of nice stuff, including some stuff that he's been getting signed in person, which I really like. It's something that's definitely out of the ordinary. So I was interested to see which 3 cards he would choose, and I'm glad to share that with you today as well. So, as we near the end of today's conversation, I want to give you a chance to talk about some of the centerpieces of your PC. And I'm excited to see what you've got here because I honestly have no clue. I mean, I know the kind of stuff you like to collect, but picking out someone's top 3 is hard to do. So, talk me through your 3 favorite cards. Go ahead and start with number 3 and then work your way down to number 1.
Yeah, so speaking of Patrick Ewing, a Patrick Ewing card will come in at number 3, and this is kind of a hypothetical card right now. So I have a 2017 Crown Power in the Paint insert, which one of my favorite inserts. It features just forwards and centers, so it's very, fitting to the theme. Looks fantastic. I say it's hypothetical because I've recently sent it off to a private signing that Ewing is doing.
Okay.
And he only does that once every 10 years or so. The guy hates
Yeah.
signing cards.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I had Vinny on a while, not too long ago. We talked about Ewing, how he hates signing, how those things never come up. Karl Malone just did a signing. He never does
Yep.
them. Patrick Ewing's doing a signing now. So that's pretty incredible. So you're sending this off. Awesome. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's been sent off. I sold a few things and moved it around to cover the cost of the signing because it comes up so rarely, so it was a bit
Mhm.
on the pricier side, but one of my favorite cards on its own, but now I will hopefully have a bold orange auto right across the center of the card coming back in the next month or so.
Okay. So it is soon then. It is coming up.
Yep, I've talked to some friends that are speculating this might mean his retirement at Georgetown if he's
Okay.
looking for a little extra cash, but we'll see what happens with that.
Well, it could be a good thing. I mean, it could lead to him signing more, which I know some people, if you've already got a Ewing autograph, some people don't feel great about that. But you know what? Like Reggie Miller doesn't do signings and he's done with Panini. So I'd love for, that kind of stuff to pop up as well. So, all right. So that's your number 3. You're going to have to show us a before and after. I'm sure that will be on your Instagram. What's your number 2?
Number 2 is a 2013 Prism Gold Walt Frazier PSA 10. So he was not in the 2012 set. So this is the first year of a Walt Frazier Prism Gold. He was in 2014 and then he hasn't been in it yet again. So
Hmm.
only 2 years of Prisms for Walt. So there are 20 total Prism Golds. So to have one at all is very special, but then just to have one of the very few gem mint copies is extra special. And I picked that up last year on ComC, one of our favorite platforms. So
Okay.
that will be a centerpiece in the collection for years to come. And should I ever have kids, I think they'll get that card too.
Okay, excellent. And if correct me if I'm wrong, is that a black and white image on that one, or was it just DeBuscher?
You're right. Yeah, it's a black and white image.
Okay. So, and I think, that works really well with the 2013 design. That's definitely one of my favorite products and sets ever. I know I mentioned that on last week's episode as well. All right. Well, it's going to be hard to top that for number 1. So, what do you have?
My favorite card in the collection is a 2004 Topps Finest Walt Frazier X-Fractor out of 199, signed by Walt when I met him at a card show last year, inscribed with one of his famous sayings, spinning and winning.
Oh,
So
wow.
I got to meet him at a card show. They say don't meet your heroes, but this was the exact opposite. He was so nice, so friendly. We joked around and I agonized for weeks over what to have him inscribed. And I've seen a lot of cards where he's inscribed like Hall of Fame 1987, two-time NBA champ, 1970 NBA Finals, but I haven't seen any inscriptions of, one of his silly rhymes that he says in the broadcast. So it's the card itself is cool, but nothing to write home about. But having that autograph and inscription, reminds me of the time I met him and he showed me the championship rings and
Oh,
talked with him
wow.
for a few minutes. So really, really special card. If I put it up for auction on eBay, it would probably sell for about $20. But that will always be in the collection.
Right. And that's an experience that Like you said, nobody will be able to have that experience if they were to own that card. So that's something that's very unique to you.